Welcome to the Summit on the MidwestSports.net YouTube channel, and we are privileged to be joined today by three student athletes from the Cameron Aggies softball team: Brenna Busby, Callie Busby, Bethany Hines, each one seniors on a team that just progressively gets better year after year, and some records and high points have been set as the start of 2020 has rolled around right now. So let's just go ahead and start in the circle, and Bethany, we will go with you. Bethany Hines, who has now set the all-time record for wins for the program there at Cameron, a Division II program. Congratulations, 58 wins now to your credit. How's it feel to reach that plateau and be the lone person at the top now?
Thank you. It's special and it's really cool. I feel, it's a goal of mine from the beginning of this year was to just knock that out of the way. But the cool thing about this record is that it's a testament to the people around me. It's not just my record, it's a team record. Because if I don't have the people behind me making plays and scoring runs, then I don't get that record. So,
well, that much is true, but you have to be there in the circle day in and day out, sometimes twice a day, and sometimes a little bit more. You're facing some pretty solid opponents, but to be able to pick up the wins and get that total, you knew coming into this year, though, it wasn't going to be that far until that mark was set. So, like you said, was it important to get it out of the way early?
Yeah. I just wanted to knock out of the way so I didn't have to think about it anymore because, I knew I was close. So if I just knocked it out of the way, I didn't have to think about it. So.
All right, I'm going to stay with you a little bit longer, too. Your record right now, 3-4 on the season, and so you say, okay, well, we're starting out, this is kind of tough, but you guys went down to Conroe, Texas, and played some really, really challenging opponents. You opened the season against the number one team in the country. So to be able then to step in within that time and get this record fairly quickly after facing those tough opponents, that had to be big, too.
Right. We knew we were going to have tough opponents when we went to Conroe. And we were excited to get to play Augustana the first game because it was going to show us where we were at and what we needed to work on. And other teams that we played down there too. And it really did just set our goal for the year and set a path that we need to work on to get to where we want to be at the end of the year. So.
Well, Brenna, I will go to you next because you are right there at the cusp of being on top of the list as you are tied for the all-time mark for home runs for the Cameron softball program, 45 of those right now. I think I have that correct, and just one away. So how does it feel then as we've got some pitching marks set? How does it feel to help with the offense?
I'm just trying to do my job every time we go up to bat. I never think really about this at bat. I have to hit a home run. My mindset is stick with an approach I have, get my pitch, and just try to get runners on base and score runs for our team.
Okay, that was very neutral and very PC, and just taking care of it. But seriously, even through that, though, it's clear that you do have some power when you swing the bat. So that is a part of it too. You do want to put your mark on it.
Yes, for sure. Just trying to make quality contact, honestly. Extra bases as many as I can get. Obviously, I'm just trying to get runners on base to be able to score. I usually want to get the games off to a good start, being in that leadoff position, but anything that I can do to try to put us on the board pretty early.
Now, you all are headed down to Wichita Falls today, and you get to face a couple of opponents from in-state, both southwestern Oklahoma and northwestern Oklahoma. And with that in mind, though, is there at least somewhere in the back of your mind knowing that the next one does set the record?
Oh, for sure. I know it's there. I try not to focus on it too much. Like Bethany said, it's always in the back of your mind and it's something you do want to reach, but you can't think about it too much. Just got to play your game, go up there, do what you've done, and stay with what you're comfortable with.
Callie, I wanted to speak with you next as your batting average right now, 444 on the season. I know it's a young season, but a career 332 hitter. I think the thing that stands out to me is the fact that you weren't in the lineup for a day last week, and that was a really, really big deal. That's the first time in your career now playing as a senior that you weren't in the lineup. How bad sick did you have to be to not get in there, and did you try to get in the lineup anyway?
Yeah, I was pretty sick. I tried to get in the lineup. I tried to that I wanted to be there.
But we also have other people who could step up. Like we have another catcher, Jack. She filled my position. She did just as good, if not better, and being able to fill for me in those times. So that's just super helpful to have someone, your teammates can pick you up when you're not going to be at your best.
You come back and then, it's like old times, hit a couple of home runs then in your first game back. So congratulations on that. But I did want to mention as well that there's power when you get up to bat as well. Your OPS right now is a ridiculous number. And of course, for those folks that are familiar with baseball and softball statistics, on base percentage plus the slugging percentage. And right now is better than 1,000 by a wide margin, 1.368. My goodness, girl, when you get up there, I mean, something's going to happen no matter what. You're going to get on base or you're going to get further.
Yeah, just like they said, I just always want to be helping my team out. Just get on base any way I can. I try not to think of, I have to hit a home run or you have to make solid contact. It's just try to get on base because I know that the people down the lineup are going to be able to push me in or get me another extra base and get runs on the board.
One of the cool things about having you all on the program today is the history that you all have together. And, of course, we're speaking now with Bethany Hines and with Brenna Busby and with Callie Busby from Cameron, is the fact that you all played softball together in high school. How neat is that to get to continue your career together then? And of course, now it's gone into 4 years with the program. The season's not anywhere near over yet, so I'm not trying to put you off into retirement just yet. But the career is starting to wind down a little bit. How big has this been?
I think it's been huge. I mean, just playing at Washington together, we grew a really good relationship. And then Bethany kind of pulled us to come to Cameron, and it's been the best decision we could have made getting to play with each other and have this type of career. So
Bethany, you're responsible?
I'll take responsibility. But like she said, it's been extremely special to get to play with these two. I only got to play 2 years with them at Washington, but being able to play 4 with them here it's been super cool. So lucky to have these guys.
There you go. That is really pretty cool. And it's something that not everyone gets to do. And so it really is. There is a unique quality of this that I'm really happy for you all to get to do it because it is something special. Well, with your Coach Kayla Adams now in the program, you all, and I don't know how you drive from Washington to get to Lawton, but there's at least 1 or 2 ways to get there where you have to drive through Chickasha to get there. And there's a pretty good softball program there at Chickasha as well. And you had to drive by where Coach Adams was for a length of time. How did you get past Chickasha over to Cameron? You saw what was going on in Lawton and went there? Or?
No, we knew about USAO, and we actually got to play them some our freshman year. So we were familiar with that program, and they're familiar with us. But for us, we're just always Oklahoma teams are always cheering on Oklahoma teams, especially since they're in another division. It makes it a little easier. But so we're familiar with them, and we were familiar with Coach K and their program at USAO.
I'll bet she's pretty happy, by the way, to have you on the roster now instead of looking at you all from afar.
I hope so.
I hope so. Well, that is true. And again, being here from Oklahoma as well, taking a neutral stance as much as I can to get to cheer for everyone, I imagine it does make it a little bit easier that you're not going to face USAO in a playoff run or anything like that.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, definitely. Coach K, I mean, she came from a winning program, so that's when she's coming to Cameron, we knew that we were on the right path, and she just picked up right where we left off, and so we feel very fortunate to get to have her come in like that.
Well, let me ask you one question then about the playoffs, and I know they're a little ways away, but one of the things too that you look at right now, you all have had the opportunity. And again, how special is this already to play in 3 NCAA tournaments, making it to the Super Regionals last year? The one thing that you don't have yet as something you can check off the list is winning the Lone Star Conference tournament. You've been able to have a record that was good enough to advance you to the NCAA, but didn't get the conference tournament. Is that something that you think about for this year is working your way into that conference tournament and seeing if you can take home that plaque?
Oh, for sure. We know that, especially this year, we have a really tough conference going into it. And obviously our ultimate goal is to get to the national championship game. But throughout the season, we have a lot of opponents that we're going to face that we got to do business with. So trying to get through our Lone Star Conference schedule and then to that tournament to show what we've worked for all season. That's definitely a big goal of ours, is to win that tournament at the end of the year.
On the
You know-
other, oh, sorry, go ahead.
No, go right ahead.
On the other side of that, though, like, although that is our goal, we know that that tournament, like, it doesn't make or break us. Like, if we get in there and we take care of business everywhere else, then we can still go play in regionals, make the super regionals, and still get to the national championship where we want to be. So either path, I'm okay with it. Ends up in the national championship.
Well, and that's something that you all have proven. I mean, and because it is such a tough conference, and I agree, the fact that it's probably gotten tougher this year already.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that. I mean, there's always teams that are at the top in our conference, top in the nation, and every weekend's a grind throughout the season. You can't just slack off on one team because every team's capable of beating the number one team in our conference. It's just that close every single weekend. So every run matters and every player counts when you think about it throughout the whole entire season.
Well, Bethany, you've already set the mark, and Brenna, I know the mark is just right around the corner. It could be something that happens today. No pressure, no pressure, or anything like that. But it could happen today. Whenever it happens, and it very, very likely will. I wish success to you all, to Callie as well. And is there anything else that you talk about the national championship and that playing in that game and being at that place with the season as one of the goals? Is there anything else that stands out to any of the three of you all that you say this is the kind of mark I'd like to leave in Lawton at Cameron?
Yeah, I think we just came in and we wanted to win. We wanted to pick up with every single team every year throughout our career and just win. And I think we've proved that we can make it further. So our ultimate goal is just to win a national championship this year and leave a mark on this program that's never been left before.
And then I want to watch the program keep going even after we leave. I'm sorry, I'm getting emotional. We can't leave yet. Even after we leave, I want the program to keep growing and for new players to come in and beat all these records and all that fun stuff. So just to see Cameron softball continue to grow.
Yeah, I agree. Setting all these records and everything with this team that we have now, that's definitely important to us. But beyond this, I wish nothing but those records to completely be destroyed after us. Everyone beyond us, especially our younger classes right now, they're stepping up and doing huge things, and I want nothing but success for them in their future and anyone else who comes into this program.
Well, okay. Now, again, don't get emotional just yet. There's still 2 months. I mean,
I'm sorry.
we haven't started LSC play yet, so I mean, that's
You're right.
that's all right. Well, I will say this, and again, from watching you all from just a couple hours down the road and getting to see you all on on the statistics and the write-ups week in and week out, I think that you've already made a mark, all of you, and I will always remember your names when I think about Cameron softball, no doubt about it. But I wish you well this year and success to you all throughout the season, and hopefully you go pick up a couple of wins today as well and get those marks, and they'll just continue to climb. So that's a positive too, because when someone does come through and just obliterate those records, they're going to be set pretty high. You all have left a mark there. Bethany Hines and Brenna Busby and Callie Busby, thank you so much for taking time with us today here on the Summit. And again, success to you all through the remainder of the season. And we will be following you, and I hope we get a chance to visit with you all again.
Thank you so much.
Thanks again for watching the Summit. Please do like and share this video, and please do subscribe to this channel, MidwestSports.net. In the meantime, God bless you. Have a great day.